Okay, Sutra 118. There is a higher level of focus as well. So here we go back into these stages. We just talked about these 4 stages of focus, but that's just the first level. Now there's a higher level of focus. And at this level of focus, there's no longer anything to focus on. So we're not even focusing on pressing the foot into the ground anymore. The only thing that remains in the mind field are memories, the memory of what it felt like to press the feet into the ground. And this level of focus can only be achieved after mastering the lower level of focus that was described in the previous sutra, Sutra 117. So again, Patanjali is reminding us, start at the first step. You can't bypass it. You have to master that one first. And then once you do that, that gives way to another level. It's a little bit more subtle. At this point, we're not even focusing on anything. So you can see why it wouldn't be a great idea to tell your students, okay, today in class, we're going to practice on developing this skill called focus. And to do that, we're going to focus on nothing. Okay, I'll set the timer for 5 minutes, go. That would be a horrible, horrible practice to give to your students, unless they were all super advanced and they'd mastered the 4 stages of focus that you saw in Sutra 117. So we start with something that our mind can grasp, because it's easier for our mind to grasp focus on the candle flame, focus on the action of pressing your feet into the ground, than it is to say, okay, focus on nothing. And in fact, we can't focus on nothing. We have to have something to attach our mind to until we've mastered that skill. And then once we have that mastery, yes, we can allow ourselves to get to the point where we don't need to focus on anything and we can still access that feeling of oneness without needing an object of focus to get us there. And then finally, Sutra 119, those who progress to step 3 and step 4 of the lower level of focus, which were those 4 stages that we just mentioned in Sutra 117. So you do those steps and stages for your whole life, and then you die, and then you're reborn. We'll get back to that point. These reborn souls may have an easier time reaching these states of focus again in their future lives. So, again, Patanjali writes the Yoga Sutra thousands of years ago. It's a different time. It's in a different context. They believed in rebirth. If you don't believe in that, you don't have to believe in that. But this particular sutra says that if you practice and master this throughout your life and you get to step 3 or step 4 of that lower stage of focus, so remember stage 1, 2, 3, 4, practice on the gross, the subtle, find joy, then you release that sense of I. So if you get to that step 3 or step 4 of the lower level of focus in your life, and then you die and you're reborn, Patanjali says in a next life, you might have an easier time getting to those steps again, and then getting a little bit further on your path. The only reason that I bring this up, besides the fact that it's part of the sutra, is not because I'm trying to convince you or tell you that you have to believe in rebirths. But it's reiterating this point that it takes lifetimes to master this stuff. And so if you're only on step 1, if you are only on step 1 or step 2, that's okay. Allow yourself to be there. Don't beat yourself up that you're not making any progress. It's really hard for our Western mind to understand this because we think we have to be making this progress and reach this end goal in a matter of days, hours, weeks, a 1-hour class. We think we should step onto our mat and then at the end of class be enlightened. And that's just not how it works with anything. And in fact, it could take us entire lifetimes, according to Patanjali, to master this. So have some grace. Be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to be where you are on the path. Don't beat yourself up. You are where you are. Keep practicing. You're doing the best you can. Just keep showing up. That's all Patanjali is asking of us. Just keep showing up. Just keep practicing. Just keep focusing on that one thing.